and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And I'm going to go right into it. Giving all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Rakakwadash. Yeah, there's a controversy with, starting with a video that I made in response to a video that was put up by Sikari a couple of days ago. And then there was a response by Sikari. And that was a scary hour. So I was up while it was live, and I watched some of it. And I believe Alizé, Chief Priest Grand Poobah Alizé, he likes a high title. But anyway, he said, he made a statement in one of the videos, as I remember, that don't ask me exactly what minute mark it was. I just caught it, so you'd have to watch the whole video. But anyway, he said something concerning Peter sitting on the throne, and and I believe he quoted Matthew concerning the 12 shall sit on 12 thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And what we teach and have taught in the past, that those are going to be the top thrones. And the way he put it, Alizé put it was, Alizar put it was, oh, he's just going to be a king, like we'll all be kings. It says we're all going to be kings. Tells you that in Second Ezra's, what is it, second chapter, around about the 40 some odd verse, that the Lord is going to be the tallest among all of them. He's going to be handing out crowns. Now, he's not going to be taking crowns and throwing them like frisbees and say whoever gets it, you get it. You know, you get a kingdom, and you get a kingdom, and you get a crown, and you get a throne. No, it's going to be order. And that order in the kingdom will start with Yahushua, the kingdom on earth, and then you have order. And the Lord's Prayer says, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. What is happening in heaven? Things are in order. You have Yahweh, you have Yahushua, you have Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, you have the 24 elders. So you have order, and then you have a left-hand side, a right-hand side, and a left-hand side. The chief spirit or angel on the left-hand side is what you would call Satan. Then there's an order behind Satan. There's high-powered demons and there's low-powered demons. There are angels that are greater in power than other angels. That's why the Most High sent certain angels to do certain things on the earth and in the heavens. So thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. There's a heavenly order and there's an earthly order. So it says in Revelation 21 verse 14, and King David is going to be the physical king on the planet Earth. He's going to be the first king. He's going to be king number one. And this is why we know that Peter is King David coming back in his lot. Your lot is order. Let me open up. Let me open this up. I'm not going to make this too long, but It says, Daniel 12, verse 12, blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,000. Well, I'm going to read that because you got to read 11 verse, Daniel 12, verse 11. From the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Anybody that want to tackle that, they can go ahead. They can put it in the comment section. I know exactly what it means, but I'm not going to go into it. So, as a little mini test, what is that talking about? And most people get it wrong. Some get it right. Anyway, it says, 13th verse. This is what I wanted. But go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest. When you go to Isaiah 50, the 57th chapter, it said they shall rest in their beds. So when you go into the spiritual realm, you rest, you relax, until the Most High decides to give you another body to go into. For thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. Let's look up the word lot. Gaya Ral. Lot. Pebbles used for systematically making decisions. Portion. Lot. Portion. Thing assigned by casting lots. Recompense. Retribution. It says, from an unused root meaning to be rough as stone, probably a pebble, i.e. a lot, small stones being used for that purpose. Figuratively, a portion or destiny as if determined by lot. Now, when you cast a lot in righteousness, who makes the lot go the way we use a coin? We'll use a coin. I have cast lots a few times, and I would ask a question to the Lord, and I would flip the coin. If it goes on heads, it means the Lord's with it to do it. If not, if it goes on tails. And when I did it one time, it confirmed what I wanted to do in the spirit. So that means order. That means you're going to go on your lot. If you were a high position in your past, if you were a prophet in your past life, the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. Ain't no regular Jake going to come back in a lot of a prophet because he was a prophet in the past. Because it says, let me read this again. A small stone being used for that purpose, figuratively, a portion or destiny as if determined by lot. So you were in a high position in your last life as a prophet. Well, when you come back, you're going to come back in that same lot. Bear with me for a minute. So David, being the king, which he's also Moses. How do we know that? Because it tells you that in Deuteronomy, the 33rd chapter. It said, ye and your king shall go into captivity. We know Yahushua is not going into captivity. So who's that king in Deuteronomy 28? I believe that's the 36th verse. That's Moses. That's King David. Zerubbabel. You always come back in that head position. Zerubbabel was a head man, and behind him was Joshua, the high priest. Moses was in the head position. He wasn't just, okay, Moses, you were the head this time, so when you come back, you're going to be a regular Israelite. You know, I may put you up in that high position again. Well, we'll see. No, it doesn't work like that. And frankly, these guys are bringing a lot of confusion. Like I said, I didn't see the whole video, so I don't know what he actually said, but I saw some of it. But it seems like he's saying that, oh, David will be a king. He'll just be an Israelite back. He'll have a crown like everybody else, and he'll be sitting somewhere. You know, be a big stadium with kings in it, and he'll be way, way back. You know, he'll King David, you know, go to the nosebleeds, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he's way up there. You know, he's in coach, so to speak. Nah, King David is coming back in his lot, just like Daniel is coming back in his lot, in his position. Just like Paul is coming back in his lot, and Paul said he's going to receive a crown. Where did I say I was going to go? Let me try this. Okay, Matthew 11, verse 25. At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent. That's why when you, like a lot of times I'll take a precept and I'll go to the Bible Hub commentary, and I'll put in, you know, the actual precept, the verse, and I read. Usually it's like maybe 10 to 15 different commentary from different so-called Bible authorities or scholars, and I laugh at it. And every once in a while they're pretty correct, but the majority of it, 95% of the time, they're way off. They're way off. You know, I put in Ezekiel 37. I believe I put in 23 or 24, dealing with the subject of that principal video about King David. And I believe I went the first commentary I went to was the Cambridge for colleges and schools, and they didn't even. I mean, it was like pretty much one sentence. They didn't even want to touch it. And then I went to the rest of them, and they were way off. They were way off. See, you Christians are not going to understand that part of the Bible if King David sitting on the throne is because you don't accept reincarnation, and that's how we know that the Most High is not dealing with you. You know, Vocab Malone lost a lot of sleep over the reincarnation thing. That's why every once in a while he'll make a video on it. And one video he made, he said that, yes, the Lord did say what he said in Matthew 11, but Luke said this. Well, wait a minute. Since when does Luke have authority over our Lord. And that's why we don't take you guys seriously at all. Anyway, it says, at that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent. And the wise and prudent is referring to the scribes, the Pharisees, the so-called head seats of Israel. They didn't know that that was Yahushua. Now remember, when Yahushua asked Peter, who do they say I am? He said, some say Jeremiah, some say John the Baptist, some say this. Then he said, well, who do you say I am? He said, you know, you are the Yahushua, the son of the living God, or something like that. You can go ahead and read that in the book of Matthew. Was that Matthew 18 or 16? I believe it's 16. Anyway, it says, and has revealed them unto babes. So this supreme knowledge of the Most High is given to what you would call insignificant individuals like ourselves. We didn't go to no prestigious university and, you know, hopped on the plane and dug this out and dug that out. You know, we don't have access to this deep information that Esau got. But guess what? Esau doesn't have the truth. So I want to go to babes. An infant, little child, a minor, not of age, childish, untaught, unskilled. Was not the disciples considered to be unlearned men in Acts, the 4th chapter? So that's what it means. You know, if I'm showing you something, you never boxed before, I'm showing you how to box, and you say, well, I can't get it like you get it because you're a babe in this thing. Does it mean you're literally a baby? No. That means you're a baby in this thing. You're a baby in this. It goes with the scriptures. The scriptures speak about as newborn babes. Anyway, the Most High is dealing with a certain order. As it is done in heaven, so shall it be done on earth. If there's an order in heaven, which there is, there's going to be an order on earth in the kingdom of heaven. You're going to start with king number 1, king number 2, king number 3, until you hit king number 12. And then you're going to have the 144,000. You know, you keep from 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way up to 144,000. And then you're going to have the rest of the elect. And then you're going to have the rest of Israel. And all Israelite men will be kings. A kingdom of priests. Kings and priests, a royal priesthood. But there's an order. For anybody to say that king, oh, he's just a guy that's going to have a crown, he's going to have a throne, but he's going to be sitting in the back. That's bullshit. And that's why, and I to water to you, the Most High, how about Shemal Shai, for separating individuals from among us. Remember, you was a part of us in the beginning, and you made a statement to Sarnetti. You said, he said, why you follow GMS? He said, my teachers are from GMS. But then you abandoned that. Little by little, you abandoned it, man. Just like Nazariah. He abandoned everything, man. He made a statement. He said, if you can go down to 34th, we was at 34th at the time, even though he's reading out of it, because he reversed himself. He reversed his statement. He put us up on his so-called pedestal. Then we say, oh, we don't know what the hell we're talking about. And that's how the Lord works. The parable of new wine in the old bottles. The bottles begin to burst and the wine leaks out. And see, you don't even realize that you're leaking, man. Let me go to this and then I'm gonna close. Pursuant to the scriptures, King David will sit on a physical throne on the earth. Yahushua will be over him. In that order. The top 12 kings are the 12 apostles. That's why when Judas Iscariot got pushed out, they had to cast a lot to get the 12th seat, the 12th position, and that was Matthias. And he wasn't no guy that just came out of nowhere. He was with him from the beginning. There was two of them. Who was that? Joseph and Matthias, and they cast a lot. They cast lots, and it found it fell on Matthias. Okay, it says here, Matthew 19, verse 27, the disciples' reward. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and have followed thee. What shall we have therefore? What are we going to get for it? Are we going to get paid? What's the compensation? And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you that ye which have followed me in the regeneration or the reincarnation, when the Son of Man sits in the throne of his glory, because he's going to have his own throne, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So what does that mean? That means you're going to be judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So any other prophet, any other great men of the scriptures, they're a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. So who's going to judge them? The 12. The 12. And like I said, now I wonder if Alazar believes that David is Peter. Hell, I wonder if he believes in reincarnation. I'm pretty sure he does. I'll be surprised if he don't. But the Most High is dealing with the apostles. Revelation 18. And this is one of my favorite chapters right here. I love Revelation 18 chapter. It says, Revelation 18 verse 20, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles. When you think about the apostles, it starts with the 12. The head apostle is Peter. And prophets. So behind them you have other apostles, you have prophets, teachers. For the Most High have avenged you on her. That's what we're looking for. The Most High to avenge us. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city, Babylon, which is America, be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Excuse me. But the key verse is the 20th verse. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles. Who are the holy apostles? It starts with the 12. Number 1 is Peter. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.